Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shante Roddy. I am coming on with some exciting news regarding the targeted EIDL grant. I'm going to walk you through the application process, actually my application process, because I was invited by the SBA to apply for the targeted EIDL grant. And so I want to walk through the process with you so you can know what to expect and get prepared for when the SBA sends you your invite, because you want to make sure that you move swiftly and that you submit all of the correct information that they are asking you for. Now, I do see you all coming on in. Do let me know that you're here. Drop a hi. Let me know who you are, where you're hailing from, what your business is. I want to know. This is for entrepreneurs and small business owners. We know that the Eidl program this program is targeted EIDL grant. Back in December, they allocated $20 billion towards the program. And then with the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, they added an additional $15 billion onto this program. So in February, or the 1st of February, the SBA actually started sending out invitations, email invitations, right? The SBA is the Small Business Administration. They are the ones administering this program to ensure that all of us get our $10,000 Eidl grants plus. Hopefully, some of you all will receive the $5,000 supplemental grant that I'm looking forward to as well. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what I went through, take you through some of the steps, and answer any questions that you may have. If you hear some noise, by the way, I was waiting on the delivery. That's why I kind of changed the times here. If you hear some noise, it's probably my dog, because the delivery person is ringing the doorbell. So please excuse me. Let me know that you can hear me and see me clearly as well. If you received your invite, let me know in the comments. I definitely want to shout you out. If you got approved for your grant already, let me know in the comments as well. And if you received your deposit in your bank account, let me know in the comments. So I'm super excited. I have been monitoring, like I tell you all the time, to monitor your emails. That is so important, because there are so many that miss their emails and then they don't get opportunity to apply. Well, we know the first wave or first phase of those individuals that had applied on or before December 27th of 2020 started receiving notifications by the SBA via email. They were the first in line. Those that had received a partial grant, not the full 10,000, were the first ones in line to start getting the invitations to apply. And so we were just waiting. I told you in my previous video, if you haven't seen that, the step-by-step application video for the targeted grant, I had spoken to a representative from the SBA that said that just keep looking out, that they didn't have a specific date on when the second wave would start rolling forward. But this past Saturday, I told you they communicate on the weekends, okay? This past Saturday, I was sitting here working on my computer and received a notification in two of my emails, actually, because I have two businesses that I applied for the grants for. So again, if you have two businesses that you applied, you should expect to receive emails for each specific business that you applied under, okay? And so they went to two different emails. I didn't see the second one until later, but I was most looking forward to the one where I have the most established business. And so I received that on a Saturday. And I was so excited, very excited to see that email pop up, that I made like a big announcement on Facebook that I had received it, because I had been waiting. And I finally did receive it. And so did I wait to apply? No. So the email came through, and just so you know what to expect, go to the video where I do the walkthrough. I show you what the subject line looks like. I walk you through the entire application process, okay? I received the email, and it gave instructions it has a button on there that says to submit your application. Now, one thing that you need to know, not only do you monitor your inbox and your spam folder, it came to my inbox, but some of you all are using personal emails. It's highly likely it may go to your spam folder or promotional folder. You just don't know where it's going to land, so you want to be checking. it says specifically on the email that it is only open, right? It will only allow you to click the button for 30 days. So if you miss the 30-day timeline and you try to click on it, you will not be able to apply. You will have missed the deadline and then possibly missed out on up to $15,000 in targeted EIDL grant money. Okay, so I received that application. Now let me back up really quickly. This is the targeted EIDL grant is a $10,000 grant. However, with the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, there's an additional opportunity to get a $5,000 supplemental grant. Now that will be available for those that have applied, been approved, and received the full $10,000 grant, but also have 10 employees or less, have a severity level, right? Impact level, severe, meaning that your decrease in gross receipts or gross revenues in 2020 was 50% or more during any given 8-week period. So severity 50%, and then substantially impacted or substantial loss would include those that are in between the 30 and 50%. Okay, so once I clicked on the button, what it took you to is a page to give your basic information and your self-certification. That was about 10 different self-certifications, the normal ones attesting to the fact that you're a U.S. citizen, that you're not an ineligible business, that you haven't been barred from any federal programs, that you're not a convicted felon within 5 years. The list goes on. You go through that. Make sure you read through those carefully. Okay. And then what a lot of people ask me is do you have the opportunity to update your information if information has changed, such as your business address or your bank account information? It will populate what is in your file, your application. When you first apply for the program, it will populate, and then it will give you an opportunity to edit it. Okay. So I triple check, because I mentioned in the other explainer video that what I had to do during my reconsideration process is that I changed my bank account completely, because they kept having problems with the bank account that I gave them. It was not on my end. So I just used a totally different bank account. You need to make sure that it has the ACH capability so that they can wire transfer. That's why Cash App accounts is not going to work. You need a bank account. So they will allow you to update that information in there, and your business information, including your name, your phone number, also your EIN number or social security number. So you have to remember what you use when you apply. So even if, like, some of you are registered your business after the fact, go back to what was it when you first applied. Did you use your social security number? If that was what you used, that's what you need to submit. So they will have that, take you through that process as well with the application. And then another thing that they will ask you to do. So this is a question that a lot of people have asked me that they're struggling with a number of these different programs, is how do I compare gross receipts? Okay, this is super simple if you are using accounting system. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to pull it's going to take you to a screen, and the screen, I don't have the screenshot. I'm just going to walk you through it. They're going to take you to a screen where it's going to have different columns, and it's going to have a column for 2019, every month in 2019, every month in 2020, and I believe every month in 2021, but we're only up to March at this point. You're going to be asked to provide your monthly gross receipts. That means, what did you gross in sales, right? From services, products and services in your business on each month. You will need to provide every single month. Okay, because they're comparing it. Because again, one of the qualifiers is you have to be able to show a 30% decrease in gross receipts in any given 8-week period in 2020 compared to that same period, apples to apples, in 2019. So you will populate the amounts that you made, and they will determine where you fall. So if they will determine in any given 8-week period, out of all the months you put down there, was there a period where you had a loss of 30% or greater. Again, it is a self-certification process. They will also, they did not, I had already provided my tax return. So again, they may ask you for yours, but they will ask everybody for their 4506T form, which is the request for your tax return. So know that they're going to be requesting your tax returns, and you need to be able to provide them. You need to be able to show that you had a decrease in revenue that meets the criteria of 30% or greater on your application. You must be able to show, and that's just by your business address, right? My business and my home address are the same. They will determine if you're in a low income community. They also ask you on the form how many employees you have. So that would dictate if you meet the criteria, which is 300 employees or less for the $10,000 grant. Now, it is a $10,000 grant max. So those of you that have already received the max grant, congratulations to you. There is also a place on there that will ask you how much of a grant that you received. You need to be honest in this, right? I received 0, so I put 0. If you received 1,000, put 1,000. If you received 5,000, put 5,000. If you received 8,000, put 8,000. You know they know what it is already because you submitted your application and they gave you a grant. They know how much they gave you. So again, always operate with integrity when they're asking you these questions. You know how much you receive. I know I didn't get any because I've been waiting over a year at this point. So I'm excited about it. But these are some of the questions that they're going to ask you. Now, what I did with the gross receipts, I went to my accounting system. I pulled reports and I pulled my profit and loss, because on the profit and loss statements, it shows your gross and your gross income, right? So if you can pull per month, right, for your profit and loss statements, you can run different statements by year, by month, by quarter. So I just pulled each by month and then populated the number in the form, and the appropriate number in the form. So I already knew, like, the first part of the year, I was hit very hard like most people. But at the end of the year, 2020, near the end, I was really, doing very well in my business. So I was on the path to recovery. Okay. And really doing well in my business. This is outside of any grant programs or anything like that. So it indicates that. So they will clearly be able to see at the end of 2020, I was actually outperforming what I did in 2019. And that's okay. All you're showing is during one given period, 8-week period. So, focus on that. You want to put all your accurate information, because again, they can come back and ask you to substantiate the information that you're giving them. So again, beware of that. So I provided all that information. I went back through it. I triple checked my banking numbers, right? Because they had already had it populated. I did not edit it. That's my dog. Sorry about that. I did not edit it, but I double and triple checked the numbers, triple checked that the routing was the routing and the account number was the account number. And once I did all that, I submitted it. Now, after I submitted it, it took maybe a while. It could have been 30 minutes to an hour because I wasn't paying any attention. But I came back, and then I received another email that told me that my Eidl application portal. So this was the portal that you received when you first applied for the loan, and that you were approved for the loan, right? The loan portion of the program, and it took you to this application portal. Well, I received an email that told me that my application had been updated, and I can log back into the portal. At that time that I logged into the portal, I can see the status on my loan. I saw the status on the Eidl, the original Eidl advance. So many of you all mentioned that. There's 3 different sections when you go into your portal, which if you don't look all the way down, you may be confused. Let me know if you had this happen as well. You applied and you received an update to your portal, and you went into the portal. Because that's where you have to go to fill out your 4506T form. So I went back into the portal. It gave me the status for the loan. It gave me the status for the original Eidl grant that they clearly tell you on their website is over because they ran out of funding back in July of 2020. And it told me, it said it was denied. So it will say it's denied under the original Eidl because they ran out of money. if you right below that, it says targeted. So it's a difference. It says targeted EIDL grant in process. So that is where you go to check on the status of your application is in your Eidl in your Eidl portal. So some of you all are still going through the loan process, the reconsideration process. All of that information will be in your portal where you can track it. So now it says it's in process. I know that the SBA, the goal is and the mandate actually is that they process it within 21 days. So I'm just going to be patiently waiting. I already know it's going to be 21 days. So am I going to be checking the status tomorrow? No. I just monitor on a regular basis, and I know they have at least 21 days to make sure that they go through all of the information. Now, also in that, once you go to your portal, this is how it came for me. You let me know if this happened for you. I told you, scroll down and show you your loan status, your older Eidl status, and your targeted EIDL status. It will also say submit requested documentation. Click on that button, because some people said that they didn't receive any request to submit the form 4506T. If it says, click on here, this is requested documentation, click on that, then it will tell you what they're requesting, because again, it may be different for everybody depending on what status you are in regarding the loan versus the targeted EIDL. When I clicked on requested documentation or information, it populated the 4506T. So it populated it in DocuSign. So that's where they have it set up. It was already pre-populated with the information that I provided. And the year of my tax returns, all I had to do was sign it. I signed it and I hit the submit button. And then I hit the submit button. It gave me a screen that told me my application was submitted. And like I always say, I screenshot everything just in case. So I screenshot it and put it in my grant file where I keep all of my grants organized. All the correspondence on the grants are clearly labeled and organized there. So if you saw the thumbnail for this video, that is the screen that is displayed. It is the submitted button that told me it's in there. So I'm just waiting. This is where you be patient. You've done all you can do at this point. And that's the thing, is that you have to make sure the information you're submitting is accurate the first time, because there is no opportunity for appeal for the grant. You can appeal the loan, right? You go through the reconsideration process. That is not going to happen with this grant. So you must make sure you take your time. You have time, right? So if you need to take a day, we'll go through it, or hour, whatever you need. And then start populating the information. But you want to make sure that you have all of that information correct. Now, again, a reminder, this is for a $10,000 grant, which is the max. After they have awarded out all of the grants, again, it's based on funding, right? So the sooner you get your correct application in, the better. So don't hesitate when they send you the email. It will expire at 30 days. Don't wait 30 days, or you will have missed out. You're applying for the $10,000 grant. At that time, once they get through the first round of applicants, then they get through the second round, and they fund those people. Then at some point, they're going to start rolling out this, I consider it the third phase, which is the supplemental $5,000 grant. So that's after you've already been awarded the $10,000. And then the subset of those people, not everybody, because then again, remember, $10,000 for that, you have to have 300 employees or less. For the $5,000 supplement, you have to have 10 employees or less. Still same criteria of 30% and above, reduction in gross receipts. And then still the requirement of low income too. So I've seen, there's a lot of misinformation out there. I read through the bill, so I know exactly what the bill says, what was passed in the bill, and what was signed into law, and that is what it says. So there's been a lot of people too, that are concerned that it's only available to those in low income communities. I understand that, but these are the people that missed out on a lot of the funding. However, everybody that applied for the loan for the program and you click the advance, right, when it was open, all of those people should get the grant. So we're still pushing for that. But right now, this is the criteria. Unfortunately, if you don't live in a low income community, if you don't meet that 30% or greater criteria and you have more than 300 employees, you would not qualify. But we have a newly installed head of the SBA. We have many advocates. She's really working to get all of these new programs rolled out to get small businesses relief. We have many advocates in Congress as well that are pushing for the full funding. So not only your full grant, regardless of what community you live in, but the full amount of the loan as well that they capped, right? They've capped over a year now to 150, which was supposed to be 150,000, which was supposed to be $2 million. So I'm monitoring that closely as well. As I said before, I'm a mentor with the SCORE. I'm also on the COVID-19 response committee. I'm also on the becoming part of the program for the SBA's launch of the Shutter Venue Operators Grant. So I regularly stay abreast on everything that's going on so I can bring you all these updated information so you can take action on behalf of your business. So when it'll be 21 days, but when I get the deposit, be sure I will be coming on with another live because I have been patient, right? I've done everything that I can do. I've advocated, I've called, I've emailed. And I knew at some point we would get the $10,000. So when I see it in my bank account, I will be on here to talk to you all more about it. So right now, that is really the update. So the second wave of emails are going out. I actually had some of my peers, one of my peers, I think she's on here now, Amber, received hers on Sunday. And we were actually chatting in Messenger, and she was like, "Oh my God." She was like, I 16 minutes ago, I got this email and I said, "Is it the targeted EIDL grant invite?" She said, "Yes." So that lets me know if I'm receiving it now and you all that did not receive any grant money, you should be getting it shortly as well. So again, it may not be today, it may be again over the next couple of weeks, but just monitor your emails accordingly. Okay. So I see you all out there. Someone is making a comment about a digital product. If you ordered it, if you ordered any of our tools, whether it's the Masterclass bundle or the cheat sheet, these are digital products. We always advise that you download using a computer, not a mobile device, and that you save it to a cloud drive. Like I save everything to my Google Drive folder. For you, it may be Dropbox. For someone else, it may be OneDrive. Whatever you use, please save not only this, but your application material, the things that you're working on, save those to a drive. That is very important. But these downloads are accessible automatically as soon as you purchase them. So you need to make sure you're on a computer or go back to that email and try to download it to a computer. If for some reason there's an issue, you can reach out to us, and you need to have the receipt to see if we can give you a one-time courtesy copy. But after that, you have to pay for it again, okay? Because we have tons of people that have our products that have been using them, getting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in grant money. So we want you all to be able to use yours as well. And it's important for you. Don't wait weeks and months to say you never got a product. You want to follow up relatively quickly because there's people that try to scam us too. So we've had that issue as well. But just all of you all do your due diligence. We know that there's scams out here. Please know if you get an email from the SBA, it will always be sba.gov, right? Any federal agency will be .gov. It will not be .net, not .org, not .com. So that because there's a lot of people trying to take advantage of small businesses, and they're claiming to be the SBA. They're not. I get these emails all the time. People that even comment on our posts, people that hijack us and try to pretend that they're me or that they're this channel. I don't know how they're doing it. But they have technology where these people are really out here trying to take advantage of small businesses, whatever they have to do. So please be mindful of people that's trying to reach out to you in our comments. They are not affiliated with us. And we would never tell you to do some of these things that people are asking you to do. We're not going to ask you for your information. If anything, we'll ask you to shoot us an email. And our email is hello@shebosstalk.com. We're not sending you anywhere else that's not vetted. So please, that is not us, and do not give your information out to people, random people in comments that's trying to take advantage of you. Okay. Okay. So Maddie is saying she did not file her Schedule C, but did have a loss. If you don't have, you need to have a Schedule C form. You need to have your taxes done. That is something that they even required that for, like, if you apply for the loan and you were denied, like they initially did not ask for it, but if you were denied, they asked you for subsequent documentation. Taxes would be one of them. And for this grant, they're asking for this. Now, if you are a business, so if you are a business that you were not in business in 2019, I'm really not sure how they're going to handle it. You still because they say you must be able to show a decrease in comparable periods, right? So not sure how they're going to treat that if you were not in business in 2019. I don't know if that will disqualify you, or they will just, like some of these other programs they're doing, just take the month, January, February, March that you were working, and use that and do some type of an average. I really don't know. But the way you show a loss is through your financial statements. Someone told me, they said I'm able to show my gross receipts for the year or something like that. If you can show your gross receipts for a year, you need to be able to show your gross receipts for a quarter. You need to know what you made every month, every day, every week. That's why reporting it comes in handy. It's so important, not only for these grants, but for yourself, to know where you are in your business, to know the health of your business, where you need to improve in your business. That's part of the decision-making process. I mean, what are you basing decisions on if you don't have the information regarding your business? So if you know what you made in a year, you should be able to then backtrack and whatever tools you're using, like say Square, PayPal, all these different fintech companies, they have integrations into these accounting systems where you can pull all the records in there. Same with your bank. Your bank information will pull into your accounting system, and then you clean up the data, make sure everything is correct. Then you can start generating accurate reports. All of this information is in our cheat sheet. If you don't have it, I recommend that you get it. What if your business address is not located in a low income community, but your home is based on your business address? So the only time your home will come into play is if your home and business are the same address. Like myself, I have a home-based business. Someone asked me, well, I serve, my business isn't in a low income community, but the people I serve are. That doesn't matter. Okay, it's based on where is your business located right now. That may not be the way in the future programs, but right now it's based on the location of your business, not your home. So someone is saying they have a business, is the 1099. Obviously, I couldn't contact people, and I didn't apply for any kind of profit or loss. That's why who you work with is important. Someone had told me they had made $5,000 in their business, and their tax accountant or their accountant or tax professional told them that they didn't file their business taxes because it was less than $5,000. If you're making money, if you're starting your business, you need to file business taxes. I don't care if it's $100. Start filing your taxes. And you may take the time. I don't know if you have enough time to do it because the the IRS is like backed up. But I advise like early on for people to who their taxes were done incorrectly. If you are a gig worker, independent contractor, solopreneur, small business owner, you should be filing small business taxes. If you submit your tax return and there's no delineation between your employment income and business income, you're not going to qualify. And that's what's happened for a lot of you all out there. I mean, you're not getting 1099 statements from the people that you're providing getting paid services for. You need to be asking them for 1099s. And you also, for those that work for you, you need to, if they're not an employee and you're paying them, you need to be giving them a 1099. Okay. These are tax forms that you use to know what you made on any given project and be able to put that on your tax returns. So everybody I contract with, I do the same. I have 1099s that they send me, and I send my people, including my affiliates and referral partners. They all get 1099s because if you pay $600 or more, pay them $600 or more in a given year, you need to issue them a 1099. And we just know that's not happening. So then you don't have the 1099. How do you prove your business income? It's hard, right? Now my sales go through Square, my sales go through Stripe, my sales go through PayPal. Those are all, that's record, that's history. So all of those have transactions by date and time, what it was for, how much it was. You can use those to determine how much you made in a given month. If you're keeping accurate account of your sales and you're using tools. Okay, let me see if there's any other questions here. Someone's saying, this is an Eidl talk, but someone's saying they got a text message about updating their information on their PPP. There's a lot of scams, and even like when I log into my bank account and when I log into my other, when you log into the SBA, it will tell you about the number of scams that are out here. Please just do your due diligence. Be careful of random text messages. I don't respond to random text messages. You can use the resources we have. They're well vetted. If ever in question, you can go to the SBA website. They have a lender list that are approved lenders for the program. If you're getting some random message from somebody you don't know, if you've already applied for PPP, you need to be communicating directly through them. They tell you how to keep communication with them. They either provide a number or some type of an email address to keep updated on your application. You have a portal. If you have questions or you want to know the status of your application, that you can log into. But random text messages and emails from businesses, just be careful of that. Okay. Also, and I say this in the explainer video, if you have not seen, if you want to know exactly the application, the explainer video, you want to see what the email is going to look like, I walk through the invite, what they expect, what you need to submit. Go to that latest video on the targeted EIDL application step by step. I'll also make sure it's in the show notes, in the comments, and in the description of this video as well. You can expect an email to come from the disaster customer service at sba.gov or targeted advance at sba.gov. So like probably any follow-up, or if you have questions regarding your application, you will send it to targeted advance at sba.gov once you actually get the invite. So thank you for one of our viewers sharing the email address. And she said that the SBA said the email may change, having the subject line your application number. Yeah, so you need to have in the subject line, it will have in the subject line your application number. So you should know what your application number is. It will also be in the body of your email, what your original application was when you submitted it on or before December 27th of 2020. Someone is saying that CDFI just refused funding to her small business in California. So if you are denied I'm I'm assuming that's for PPP. But if you're denied any of the programs, you definitely want to find out why you were denied. Be clear on that. Ask them if you don't know, but usually they tell you why. But if you are denied, then you can apply somewhere else. Okay. Apply. We have a playlist of PPP. I have lenders list there. I have also the company DAC. It's also in the description in the show notes that we're accepting applications through, but apply through multiple lenders. If they denied you, go to another lender. These fintech companies are great, especially for smaller businesses, the more micro businesses. You may have an opportunity there. But again, they changed the criteria, which means the calculation for PPP has changed to your benefit, meaning that more people will qualify and you'll qualify for more money. Whether you're applying for first draw or second draw, you only have until March 31st. I'll say that real quickly because it's time sensitive. So you only have to March 31st of 2020 to apply for the Paycheck Protection Program. Senate has not even taken it up for vote yet. Maybe they're waiting till the last day. I don't know why they're taking so long. The House passed it already, the extension. So hopefully they will extend it. They need to. But I will provide an update on that later today at 6 o'clock. Okay, so for all of you all that have PPP related questions, bring them at 6 o'clock for the stimulus update. Do check out our PPP playlist because I know many of you all still have questions regarding that. But continue to be on the lookout for your grant notification, your EIDL targeted grant for the $10,000 and possibly $5,000 supplemental if you meet that criteria as well. If you're just tuning in, go back to the beginning to make sure you get all the information. Go back to the step-by-step explainer video that we did last week. Do subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Do give this a thumbs up, please, so more people see this. Do share out this video to others you know that need this information, that they have applied before, that may not know that there's an opportunity for this new program to get up to $15,000. I mean, because gig workers, again, they may not have the business acumen. They may not be up to date on everything that's going on. So we rely on you all to share this information so all of us could get the financial lifeline that we need to be able to sustain our businesses during this time. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this has been a benefit for you. Continue to be the boss with amplified impact. Continue to stay safe and stay in good health. Have a wonderful day. Bye.